Smoky, what? And you're like 2 hours late and you're like, but don't my eyelashes look good? Hey everyone! Okay, so today I'm going to do a kind of collective haul slash what's new in the drugstore. I've been collecting this stuff for kind of a number of weeks. I've gone to the drugstore a few times and I was like out of town and blah blah blah, so I wanted to do it all together. I went to Walgreens, CVS, and I got a lot of stuff. Some of it's new, some of it isn't, but I wanted to show you everything and let you know my thoughts. For some of this stuff, I've really made my mind up, and other stuff, I'm still like on the fence. I'll have to keep you posted. But I want to tell you what I'm feeling at the moment and show you some new things, because who doesn't like new things? New things are out there. Why don't you want to get them? I got them. Let's look at them. First up, Walgreens. This is from the trip where I discovered that they had a lot of the new displays along the top, like above everything, like outside of the beauty section, and I felt very betrayed. You know, a number of emotions, none of them good. They have since moved the stuff, and I was also told by very nice, caring, informed Walgreens employees that the reason why they did that is because they had so much extra stuff for the holidays that they had to put it up there. And since it has been moved, but it's still not in like very easy to reach places, I think I just have a weird Walgreens. I don't know. Actually, I know that I have a weird Walgreens. Just saying. First up, the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. I already talked to you guys about this one. I like it and I don't like it. It's good, but unless you're looking for those really specific good things that I mentioned in that video, you could probably skip it. Next is a new primer, also by Maybelline. It's the Master Prime by Face Studio primer, and it's the Blur Plus Redness Control. So it has a green tint. And I am pretty picky about primers. Like, if you're not gonna really specifically do something amazing for me, why do I need you? And this one, unfortunately, did not do much for me. Like, as far as like redness neutralizing, it doesn't really do that. And I didn't really notice that it made my makeup stay on any longer than it usually does. So this one was a bit of a miss. Maybe it will work for other people, because I know it's a skin thing. Sometimes different primers work for different people. For me, this one didn't really work. Next up, this is the Maybelline Master Concealer, and it is in light slash medium. I actually like this one. However, if I'm using it under my eyes, I do have to use it kind of sparingly, because it can look like a little much. You know what I mean? I like a really light, thin concealer, and I usually use like a corrector and then a skin tone concealer to kind of like brighten up the situation in a very well-rounded way. And so this one would be a second concealer, and so I don't know, it's not the best for under eyes in my opinion, but for other spots, like for general redness, this totally works. But if it is like an aggravated zit, not so much. So this is kind of like a very specific concealer, and I guess most people are looking for something that's more works for all situations. So I like it, but I don't know if I'll repurchase it. I do think the Fit Me Maybelline concealer is better. I'm still kind of on the fence, but I do like it. It's kind of an up in the air thing. Next up, I got a couple of things by Loreal. This is the Brow Stylist Plumper Brow Gel Mascara. I don't know why that was so difficult for me. I got this in light to medium, and it's supposed to be a fiber-infused brow gel mascara. And so it's supposed to kind of like a fiber mascara. It like actually adds fibers to add thickness. Personally, I think that I got the wrong color. This is like basically gold. I love the applicator. The applicator's like super tiny. It reminds me of the Benefit brow gel, if you've ever used that one. But more than anything, I think I got the wrong color, and it doesn't have like a lot of stick to it. And my eyebrows are so crazy. I mean, they're like abnormally crazy. They like stand off of my face and they're very stick straight. And so like combing them kind of does nothing. I don't know if you are familiar with these kind of eyebrows, but they're very troublesome for me. So if I'm going to use a brow gel, it's got to have a lot of stick and like kind of have like a waxy kind of stickiness, which may not be desirable for everyone, but this is definitely more like, I don't know, it just kind of like goes through it and it doesn't make them stick down very much. So overall, didn't love this that much. Maybe I should take this back and get the different color. Maybe it will work better. Probably. I don't know. Wow, I feel like I'm saying that I don't like anything, which is a sad moment for me. Anyway, sometimes that's just how it goes. Actually, I did like more things that I got at CVS, so just wait for it if you're getting really bummed out, because I'm getting a little bummed out too. Actually, we're turning a corner a little bit. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Never Fail powder eyeliner pen, and it's like smoky, what? I feel like I'm losing it because that does not look like English to me. Who knows? I got it in brown smoke, and this is like a very interesting kind of thing. It says One Step Smokey Eye, and I really had no idea what I was getting when I got this, and I usually don't go for things like this, but basically you unscrew the top. It's like a little pointed dome shaped sponge, and you can see there's like brown product all around the top, and like I think that the product is all inside here, and you actually have a surprising amount of control whenever you use this on your eye, and I've used it underneath my eye. Of course, you don't get as much control as you do with a brush, and I like the color I got, but I haven't really gone all in for like the One Step Smoky Eye. I don't think it's one step. You could definitely apply all the eyeshadow with this and get it in a good general area, but with all smoky eye looks, you need to blend, and you're gonna need a brush. So it's a little bit of like false advertising there, but generally it is a good product. It does stay on. It's not infallible. It's not like a waterproof eyeshadow. I don't even know if that could be a thing. It probably is somewhere. I just haven't used it, but generally it's good. It's a little gimmicky, but okay. And the last thing I got at Walgreens is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte 24-Hour Foundation. And it says it's supposed to be a demi-matte finish, and it's airlight and oil-free. And on the back, they literally like went through and showed you like exactly what to expect, which I kind of like. Demi-matte finish, 24-hour wear, medium coverage, and the texture is airlight. Of course you're gonna say it's airlight. I don't know. Anyway, they're just kind of putting ideas in your head with that, and you have to obviously try it out and see what it's like for yourself. I have it on my face today. I've probably been wearing the foundation for about 8 hours-ish, and it was raining today. I was outside, I was inside, I went to the museum. I did all kinds of things today, and so I feel like I kind of did put it to the test. Obviously, I need to try it out more times to get really like have a final answer, but it did stay matte. It doesn't feel heavy, but it also doesn't look natural. Not that most foundations don't really look natural, but I think matte foundations definitely tend to look less natural, and they definitely lean towards cakey rather than like airlight, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't feel heavy, and I think it's a more pinky tone and I'm more neutral, so I think I could really tell, but it still blended out pretty well. It's a demi matte, but I definitely think it leans more towards the matte, which is a good thing for most people. But currently I have like some odd dry patches just because of like some skincare stuff I've been using, and I do think it kind of like through the day I realized it was kind of accentuating that. Of course it was staying matte, but it just like around my chin it just like looked a little like eh. And I didn't like redo my makeup or anything, but I did like add a little bit more powder, and I'm not sure if that helped or hurt the situation, but it does look a little bit better. So I'm gonna keep testing this one out, and I will have to update you later. Moving on to CVS things. I didn't get as many new things in this trip, but I did repurchase some old favorites, which have always been good to me. The first thing that falls into that category is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. If you've been watching my channel a long time, you'll know I have had a love affair with this blush for ever, and I completely hit pan. Like it was 0%. I was obsessed with this blush, and I haven't had it for like a year, I think. And for some reason I was like, what have I been thinking? I need you back into my life. And so I repurchased it, and I have been so happy that I did. I've worn it almost every day since I got it. I have it on my cheeks now. It's just like a really pretty coral light color, and it has like a beautiful kind of goldy sheen to it. It's my kind of blush. I love it, and you probably will too. Another favorite that I repurchased, but a little bit different. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser for Dark Circles Treatment Concealer, and I got it in Neutralizer. I usually get Brightener, and that's like the super light kind of pink toned one, and I use it under my eyes, and unfortunately it was right before my trip, so I had no chance to like go to a different place. They didn't have the Brightener, but this one is the Neutralizer, so it's a more yellow tone one. I already ripped the sponge off because the the sponge just gets in your way and it's kind of goopy and nasty, and I think it kind of steals product from you. But unfortunately, when I went on my trip, it kind of like ejected some product into the cap, and so I've just been kind of like dipping my finger into the cap, which is probably not the most sanitary thing, I don't know, but it works. I was like a little bit worried that I wasn't gonna like it as much as the brightener, but the neutralizer is really nice too. I don't know if I'm really the target for the neutralizer color, but I am liking it, and it's pretty much working just as well as the brightener. Oddly, I feel like I should feel one way or the other, but it's definitely still working. Next up, a skincare product that I'd actually never tried before. It's the Cerave Eye Repair Cream, and it says it reduces the look of dark circles and puffiness, and it helps repair and restore protective skin barrier, and it has ceramides and hyaluronic acid, and I don't know if it does any of those things, but it feels really nice. It comes in a little tube like this. I like the packaging. You can get just as much as you want with this little nozzle thing, and it feels really good. It doesn't feel super heavy, but it feels very moisturizing. It is just very nice. It's not thin, but it's not too goopy. It's not too hot and it's not too cold. It's just right. I don't know how to describe things, but I do like this. I don't know why I just put it back in the box, but I do think it was a little bit pricey for the drugstore, but maybe because it's like a new product, they're just really proud of it. Not really sure. Another thing that I repurchased is the Duo Dark Tone Lash Glue, something I mentioned in my recent vlog. When did every single tube of Duo Lash Glue go rotten? Because every single tube I've ever bought smells like garbage. I'm pretty sure this is like a worldwide issue, right? I don't know, but I like this glue. So is there another lash glue that works the same way and feels the same? Because I really like how the product performs, but doesn't smell like that. I mean, not that it's like that big of an issue. It's really not, but let me know. Is there a better lash glue that's kind of like this? Let me know down below. Next up, to go with that glue, I got these Kiss lashes. They are the Ever Easy lashes, and they are the trio lash, and so they're like individual lashes, but they're a cluster of 3, so they're a lot easier to get on. Like if you're doing individual lashes, it'll like take you a year and you're like 2 hours late and you're like, but don't my eyelashes look good? And like it can be a really big pain, but trios are so much easier. One of the new products that I grabbed from CVS is this Milani powder blush. I don't know what it was with me and Milani blushes, but this one is a tea rose, and it was like in a display, and I don't remember what the display was called or whatever, but there were 3 shades of blush. There was coral, and then this tea rose, and then there was like a darker one. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I was completely sucked in by the way this blush is shaped. Is that pathetic? I don't know, but it looks like a rose and it's totally perfect, and you can tell that I have like barely used it because the rose is completely intact. The color is pretty nice. It's super matte. It's also just like super pinky, so that might be part of the reason why I haven't used it a lot. Also, I just got Luminoso again, so I've been like favoring that above all other blushes in my collection. So I don't know, I probably should have gotten the coral one, but they were all out, so that could just be a personal preference kind of thing. Okay, and the last thing that I got from CVS is this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender Setting Spray, and I have to tell ya, I've used this like once. And the one time I used it, I felt like it wasn't really a fair shot. I had like a crazy day, and like the weather was crazy and all of that. So I do need to use this more before I can really tell you whether I like it or not. I didn't like it that day, but I'm also kind of like, I need to give it more time. Because like, I think for like a lot of face products, you really have to give it more time. So like, first impression kind of things, like, oh, I just wore this one time, or I just applied it on camera. You can't really like give a definitive review. Do you know what I mean? Obviously you know that, but I'm gonna keep using this and I'm gonna see what I think. Spray 4 to 6 times in an X and a T motion. That is like a lot of directions. Anyway, interesting. Either way, I'm happy to see that more drugstore brands are putting out makeup setting sprays, because I think those things can really work, and I don't like that there were like only high-end ones for a long time. Alright, so that's everything. It was kind of a lot. I feel like I haven't done a drugstore haul like that in a million years, but there's a lot of new stuff and I get really, really excited. obviously. Have you tried anything new? Have you tried any of these things? What are your thoughts? I am interested. Leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much. You are my people and I love you. And if you want to find me anywhere else on the internet, it's LeighAnnSays absolutely everywhere. Come say hi. I love hearing from you guys. And as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone. Infallible. 8 hours? Really? That's probably an obvious thing to everyone. He's like basically invisible.
Weird, but no, you're right.
Like kind of can't see where it's going though. Whoa.